Ukrainian soldiers repulsed Russian mechanized assault near Pokrovsk. The units of the 3rd Operational Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine repulsed a Russian mechanized assault in the Donetsk region. A video of the moment the assault was repulsed was published by the brigade's press service. The enemy used infantry fighting vehicles BMP-1 and BMP-3 in the attack, from which assault troops were supposed to disembark near the positions of Ukrainian defenders. The Russian assault was detected in time, which allowed for the preparation of weapons and stopped the enemy's advance. The Ukrainian soldiers used the Stugnev anti-tank systems, which struck Russian armored vehicles from the flanks. FPV drones were also used, hitting both armored targets and destroying a Russian soldier who was hiding under the damaged BMP-3. A Vampire bomber drone was also involved in eliminating enemy infantry and equipment. The battle took place near the village of Novoserhivka in the Donetsk region, 15 kilometers west of the city of Pokrovsk. It should be noted that in recent weeks, the enemy's advance near the city of Pokrovsk has significantly slowed, allowing some units of Ukraine's defense forces to carry out counteroffensives and capture certain areas. Meanwhile, in the Novoserhivka area, the enemy is attempting to push forward, deploying significant forces to drive out the Ukrainian defenders, thereby forcing them to send reinforcements from the city of Pokrovsk. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian forces continued with their border incursion towards Tatkino. Strategically, this operation aims to divert the Russian attention away from their summer campaign in the Donbas and keep them tied to the Kursk region. Tactically, this is meant to stretch the Russian defenses further to expose their vulnerabilities for additional Ukrainian counterattacks in Kursk. The Ukrainian attack at Novi Put, where they exploited a gap in the Dragon's Teeth fortifications, divided Russian attention. This allowed Ukrainians to increase the pressure elsewhere and continue pressuring the tactically significant settlement of Tatkino, which would significantly improve Ukrainians' positioning. By controlling Tatkino, the Ukrainian forces could shorten their border defenses by over 15 kilometers. Securing the settlement would also allow the Ukrainian forces to use the residential houses to deploy and conceal lots of soldiers and heavy equipment in the area, making it difficult for the Russians to identify or target them. Additionally, Tatkino is right next to the Ukrainian border and very distant from the main Russian logistics hub at Gleshkovo, exposing the deployment of Russian reinforcements along open roads, undermining the Russians' offensive and defensive capabilities. To take the settlement, the Ukrainians intensified their HIMARS strikes to deny Russians the artillery support needed to overwhelm Ukrainian ground assaults. Geolocated footage from the area reveals how the Ukrainians detected a North Korean Juche multiple launch rocket artillery system and relayed the location to a nearby HIMARS battery. The North Korean system was subsequently destroyed with pinpoint accuracy, as the HIMARS projectile ignited the ammo and destroyed the system. On top of that, the Ukrainian Air Force conducted precision strikes to eliminate Russian forces' concentrations and fortifications in Tatkino and clear the way for frontline assaults. The Ukrainian aircraft managed to conduct 3 successful strikes on Russian positions at Tatkino train station, eliminating Russian forces with utmost precision and exposing a weak point for direct Ukrainian attack towards it. Afterwards, the Ukrainians deployed FPV drones to scout the area for any concealed Russian armored vehicles hidden in abandoned buildings, leading to the destruction of multiple Russian T-72B3 tanks, denying Russian infantry armored support for the defense. The Ukrainian assault groups advanced in the southwestern part of Tatkino. They secured the fields to the southeast, entering the first streets in the town that would serve as a staging ground for further operations. Geolocated evidence also indicates that Ukrainians have cleared the mines on the road and were able to move armored vehicles past the anti-tank ditches and into the town. Overall, the Ukrainians are continuing with their border pressuring campaign, increasing the intensity of their assaults and advancing against poorly prepared Russian border units in Tatkino. With intense fire from Ukrainian HIMARS units and the Air Force silencing Russian guns, Ukrainian infantry and mechanized units have been able to continue to press forward the advance, creating another problem for Russian commanders in Kursk to deal with. To halt the Ukrainians and prevent further incursions, Russian command will be forced to maintain a significant force in the Kursk sector.
Зараз пропадемо.